grateful to finally get to hit somebody that's not dressed in blue or white come Saturday?
I mean, it's a great feeling. We had a great camp. Been working very hard out there, trying to get better every day, trying to make sure we have a better season than we had last year. So, of course, it's a great feeling. Just to be able to line up in Floyd Stadium against another team is going to be a great feeling.
Tell me something. You studied film on Lamontes Ivy and Jackson State. Obviously, the secondary will play a big role in the home opener. What are you more focused on with this opposing quarterback?
I mean, one thing that I did notice about watching the film, I still have more film to watch this week going into the game. They throw the ball a whole lot. I can see them throwing the ball close to 40 times this game. They line up in a lot of no back sets, 5 wides. So, I mean, for being a safety for me, it's a great feeling because they're going to throw the ball a lot. But I feel like with that being said, we have to make them a one-dimensional team. We have to make sure they are going to try to throw the ball and beat us that way. So we have to stop the run first. And he's a great quarterback. He's a big guy. He kind of reminds you of the FAU quarterback, kind of big. It's going to be hard. We're really going to have to wrap him up, especially if the pass rushers get to him. But, they're a great team. They have a great receiver, number 81. He's a good player. He was an all-conference for the SWAC. So, they're a great team. It's definitely not a team we're going to be taking lightly.
I'm getting to what Coach Stock said about that bitterness from last year. Y'all went 1-3 to end the year. You think we'll see some of that bitterness on display on Saturday?
Most definitely. I think just being able to get back on the field and getting that taste out of our mouth and try to create some success and try to get some momentum going into the season. Of course, you're going to see that. But, we're past that. We're all about a new season. We've created a little momentum going. Coming out of camp, we've been having great practice coming out of camp. So, it's just going to be – you're going to see a lot of excitement coming from both sides of the ball.
What are your thoughts on the development of the defense from the course of spring and throughout fall camp?
We're really developing. I feel like we're clicking on all levels now. The D-line, you got guys like Steven Rose, Patrick McNeil, Chris Hale, different guys like that who's really improving on their pass rushing and different things like that. Our linebackers are really coming together. Guys like Trey Wofford, who's had a great year last year. Cavellis Lucky, guys like that, and T.T. Barber, of course. In the secondary, we got our new transfer guy, Jeremy. He's probably been the biggest surprise of camp, I think he's going to end up starting this game. So I feel like this is the best we've been since I've been here as far as going into the first game, as far as knowing our responsibilities, being confident and comfortable about everything we're doing out there, and we're trying to keep it simple. So I feel like we'll be flying around to the ball.
And guys like Jeremy and Mike Minner, have you seen the development in those guys at the corner position?
Oh, most definitely. I always thought that Mike Minner was a great cover corner, especially when he first came here. Everybody called him Mike Sherman, different things like that. But he's definitely improved on his tackling, different things like that. He's learning more about the defense, getting comfortable with what he's doing. And like I said, Jeremy, he's just out there making plays. So I feel like I'm very comfortable, especially having corners who's pretty much over 6 feet. That's always a great feeling for a safety. So I definitely like their developments.
You're just a few picks away from breaking the MTSU record. If you are on punt or if you return one for a touchdown, you're close to the NCAA record. How do you block out those distractions going into this year?
At the end of the day, when I was a freshman and I first got here to MT, one thing that I always kept in my mind and that my coaches always told me that just do your job and read your keys. And when you do those things, you'll make plays. So that's something that I always kept in my head. So I feel like at the end of the day, if I do those things and I take those steps the same way I've took every year since I played here, it'll happen. But if it don't happen and we win games, I'll be fine with that too.
When you see the talent level around you in the secondary raising up, does that put some kind of temptation on you that you can let up a little bit, or do you just stay full go?
Of course not. I think that would be absurd. I feel like with the new talent that I do have around me, it's making me want to step my game up even more so I can have those guys get to the same level I am. So, I'm always going to – I'm just a hard worker. That's just in me. So I'm definitely not going to let up at all. I'm definitely trying to improve myself every single day. Every day I'm out there practicing. It's not going to stop in camp. is going to go throughout the whole season. So, I mean, we're just trying to be the best secondary in the conference, in the nation. So we all have to step our game up and continue to improve.
Getting back to Jackson State's quarterback and FAU's quarterback, who's also a dual threat type of guy, is this going to be a real test, a bigger test than people expect with Lamontez Ivy, since he is a bigger dual threat guy, and you guys will face those types of quarterbacks this year in Conference USA?
Yeah, I think he'll be a good test. I think a lot of people, I feel like that's all around the country where you have these type games where you have D1 teams playing D1 AA team. They think they're just a pushover team. He's a good quarterback, and he can really zip the ball out there. He has a strong arm. He has a quick release. And, yes, I do think it'll be a test. And it'll also be a test because of the first game. You know, we've been so used to seeing Brent and Grammer throw the ball. You'll have another quarterback who can throw just as equally as good as them. So, yes, I think it'll be a great test.
Who have you seen, getting back to Connor's question, who have you seen in the secondary other than Jeremy and Mike? Who have you seen make the most progress since the spring?
I would have to say Xavier Walker. Since he's been here, every year, Xavier, he improves every year. And one thing about Xavier, he's a very hard worker too. I think he's getting smarter as far as understanding defenses and learning from mistakes that he had. He's become a very better tackler. That's one thing we really stress throughout this camp for just the entire defense, just getting better fundamentally. So I think he'll have a great year, and I'm expecting him to have a great senior year.
Kevin, if they call Mike Minter Mike Sherman, what do they call you?
I mean, I'm just KB, you know. I don't have too many nicknames. I've stuck with that nickname since I've been here. So, and I'm not looking to have any new nicknames. I just want to stick to KB and stick to what I'm doing because it's working.
Will we see you return to kickoff this year?
Hopefully, but I mean, as of right now, you know, we have a lot of great returners. We have guys like Ed Batiste, Jeremiah Bryson, who's one, Gerald Singletary. We have different guys like that. So, I mean, I have faith in all my returners, and if I'm not back there this year, then I'm going to support them just like if I was. So, I mean, hopefully I will, but if I don't, I'm cool with that too.